like the best girlfriend is damn near your assistant. You know, she makes your life easier. If you're operating at 98%, she gives you that extra 2 to 3% to get that extra percentile to go to 100, 101. Like, that's what a girl does. She stands behind you and helps you out and makes you better. Because as you grow as a man and you become better, she directly benefits from that. But when it's the other way around, she looks for a better man. That's why I always argue women can't be in leadership roles. Because when she's in a leadership role, she's going to look to other men because women aren't natural-born leaders. So that's what it is. She's got to be coachable. That's once she meets the attraction threshold, right? Then from that point forward, she's got to be coachable because from there you mold her and make her a better woman. I know, oh my God, misogyny. But the reality is, women want a guy that's dominant, that's going to make her the best woman she could be for him.
So I think that it's not coachable. I think that the woman is willing to do it without being coached.
I'm okay with coachable. I'm an athlete.
No, it's like coachable means willing.
That's literally what it means in the definition.
A man doesn't need to tell me, hey, help me to do this. It's like I'm willing to do it because we're a team.
I think you're just.
So I feel like it's not just coachable.
Well,
it's just willing to help.
That's
the
what
guy.
coachable means.
Are you a mind reader though?
Huh?
Are you a mind reader?
A Miami girl? No, I'm from Venezuela.
Mind reader. Are you a mind reader? Can you read someone's mind?
No.
So wouldn't it be fair to say that the man has to tell you what he needs so that you understand?
No, but it's willing to help. And whatever you're doing. Like you have a business, hey, do you need help with something?
How do you know that is what he said?
Yeah.
I think the word's just stressing you out.
And you said a team, and a team, there's always a coach that like coaches the team.
Right.
So there has to be one leader. Women and men are not equal in a relationship.
Just bring up the definition of coachable. It will be solved. We're fine.
Ladies.
It's just helping each other, though.
Yeah, the point is that he has to tell you what to do so you know, because obviously you're not a mind reader. And I argue this: if the woman doesn't know or she doesn't have the proper guidance, that's the man's fault.
Right.
It's not the woman's fault.
Okay.
As a leader, you take the responsibility and you bear the brunt of it, but you need someone coachable if you're going to go ahead and take the responsibility for your authority.
Okay, I understand your perspective now.
Go ahead.
Maybe we can say that she takes initiative.
Yes.
That's cool. Yeah, she can take initiative, but at the end of the way,
orders is kind of a lot. You know, you can maybe inspire.
Here, there's going to be certain times though where I'm going to need to tell you something, and I don't have to explain myself. And I think women need to be able to take orders from a man. Hey, I need you to do this. Hey, do this. Blah blah blah. And the thing with women is that a lot of the times, they're more concerned with how information is conveyed versus the information being conveyed. If we're at a location, right, and I see something popping off that might put us in danger, I'm not going to sit there and be like, let me inspire you to be safe. I'm going to say, get the fuck out of here right now. Some shit's going down. Get out of here, right? But that's important because when in times of danger, whatever, you need to be able to communicate directly. I'm not going to sit here and coddle your feelings and be like, hey, I think something's going on here. Let me inspire you to duck because I think they're going to start shooting or whatever. Like, just get the fuck out of here. You leave. And I'm not going to explain myself because that's a waste of time. So women need to be able to take direct and concise orders sometimes from their man. But I'm going to put a burnout performance on the men. He needs to be in a position where she respects him and she's able to do things without asking questions. When your girl's asking you questions, that's a very telltale sign that she's not sure of your leadership qualities.
No. Let me ask you a follow-up question on this. So this has to do with dealing with men versus dealing with women. So we run valuetainment around here. Anytime that I want to go tell some of the guys, hey, need you to do this. Hey, listen, it's raining out. We're going to need some towels. We're going to need some umbrellas. Hey, for the most part, the guy's like, all right, on it. Now, sometimes when I talk to women, this is whether it's at valuetainment, whether it's any place else, I'm like, hey, need you to do this. They will say things like, can you talk nicer to me when you do this?
Yes.
Can you say that a little bit nicer? I didn't like the way you made me feel. So me, as a leader, as someone that's trying to steer the ship, I have to be cognizant of like, oh fuck, time for me to talk to the girl. Let me be nicer.
Yes.
And then approach that a different way, which comes foreign to me. Like, it's not like I wish I could be like, hey, baby girl, clean that up, boom, 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 boom. I'm like, all right, keep it moving. I wish I could do that way, but I've realized that the way that I can speak to men is different than how I speak to women. And that's just, the ladies on the panel are sort of nodding. So how do you distinguish that? Meaning, like, we're 100% on the same page. It's raining outside. Go get some fucking umbrellas. I don't need to be like, so it'd be really nice of you if you could get an umbrella. Like, I don't want to have to do that, but I find myself having to do it. So how do you deal with that when whether it's business, personal relationships? Like, how do you understand that?
Obviously, the workplace is going to be different than an intimate relationship, right? But I mean, there's some things that overlap and some things that don't. With your girl, you don't explain yourself. Hey, this is what it is. I don't negotiate with women. I don't negotiate with terrorists. This is what it is. In a workplace, obviously.
Got you saying. So your relationship is separate than work. Got it. I see what you're saying.
Like, there's some things that overlap, but in general, like, you don't sit there and negotiate with your girl because that implies that you guys are equal. And you are not.
Wait, can I ask a question? I'm really curious. So if you go on a date with a girl and she asks you, what kind of marriage do you want with someone in the future? How do you pitch that? Like, how do you pitch your marriage to look like? Is that what you say to them?
I tell them you're going to have to share me with 3 others.
And just like, be my bang maid? I want a bang maid.
I'm cool with that.
You would just say, like, I want a bang maid, pretty much.
Say it one more
You
time.
would just want to have a bang maid. Like,
bang?
you want an assistant, bang, like fucking. You want to fuck someone that assists you. That's your partnership.
I love how that's what the only piece
Well,
of
that's what it
information she got
seems
from
like
that.
to me. Or you can explain it.
Well, the thing is, I understand that as a man, I need to have the leverage, I need to be the leader, I need to be the dominant for her to actually respect me and want to be with me and submit to me. So knowing this, I have to have certain mannerisms and behaviors that stay congruent to that. So the thing that women are really good at detecting is incongruencies. If I perform myself to be a certain way, and then after a while she realizes this guy is kind of a pussy, blah, 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 that's gonna make her get turned off even faster. Because now she sees, okay, this guy isn't for real. So you gotta be 10 toes down with females all the time.
So you're doing it because you want her to feel like she's under you, pretty much. So that's why you're giving it orders?
What?
Like, because you're above her, right? You're the one giving direction. You're the leader, so she's above or under.
Well, that's just how it is. I mean, if you're a leader, someone has to be a subordinate to you.
So it's not like
men
you
and
actually
women,
need an assistant. It's
men and
more
women
that
are
you
not
just
equal.
need to make her feel like she is.
No,
for her to stay.
here's
So
the
she
thing.
feels trapped, like she can't do anything else.
No one's putting a gun to her head saying, hey, you have to stay with me.
Yeah.
She could choose to leave at any time.
Okay.
The thing is that when you are that guy, she's not going to go anywhere because she knows that she could be replaced. Women typically get in line when you have other women in line. You'd be surprised at how being in your frame, women will go ahead
Do you
and
think
follow
that
you.
sounds healthy? Or does it sound a little toxic?
Well, they wouldn't be in a relationship with him if it wasn't healthy.
I don't think most women
They
in
didn't
here
like
would
it,
want
they
to
wouldn't
be
be there.
that. To just feel like a constant stress of being replaced. Do you guys want to be replaced? Like, feel like replacement is a thing in your relationships?
I get replaced.
Most women are not in open relationship. That is absolutely not true.
Most the stats show. I know a lot of
There's no stats that shows that most people are in an open relationship.
Let me talk, bro, please. Most women are in open relationships. They just don't know it because he's stepping out. At least Myron is
So he's
honest
cheating.
enough. Hold on. Is honest enough to say.
They don't know, so she's cheating.
Hold on.
Can you let her talk?
Can I freaking say a word? Shiva. Like, is honest enough to say, hey, you're going to be one of 3. Yes or no? And they're going to say yes because they know what type of value he is, what type of man he comes to the table with. He's being present, providing, protecting.
Here's the thing. Most women are going to leave.
Let me ask the audience a
That's what's going to
question.
happen.
Let me ask the
Most
audience a
women are
question.
absolutely not going to be in
Melina,
Adam.
I might Frank Castle you at this point. Like, I might do it.
Really?
You can talk when you're talking, but when I'm going to talk and ask the question to our awesome audience here is when you go on mute.